Hi friends, I'm gonna let you know off rip. This might be a longer message. I have a lot of channeled messages that have been coming through the last couple hours. And we're gonna be structuring it a little different. Usually I start off with my Connolly Tarot. Today we're gonna start it off with the Oracle deck, and then work backwards from there. First thing I want to mention is I feel like I've had stuff right before I started meditation in preparation for this. I felt like stuff was crawling all over me. And at first I thought it was my hair. So that's why I put the cardigan on to keep my hair from touching me. But I still feel like there's stuff crawling on me. And then I looked it up and it can be a sign of intuitive awakening, increasing your psychic abilities. So you could be going through a Kundalini awakening right now. You could be going through an increase in your psychic abilities, your clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. You could be just hypersensitive to things. I'm also hearing you can notice the minute that your vibration changes or lowers, and that could be through the food that you're eating, the music that you're listening to, the conversation that you have. It's an immediate feeling of noticing when your vibration is dropping. I've also been seeing spiders lately. When I was doing my hypnosis, when I was coming out of it, I envisioned a spider falling from the ceiling right in front of my face. Also noticed a spider in the car earlier, a huge spider up in my salon, and I had seen spiders in there for quite some time. Spiders are that signifier of manifestation, creation, and personal destiny. Also, the number 3 has been significant: mind, body, spirit. A focus on those 3 areas of your life could be very significant right now. Needing to slow down. I was also hearing at the start of my meditation, treating your body like an altar or a temple, being very careful with the way that you're treating your body, not just the things that you're saying to yourself and the dialogue that you're having with your body, but I feel like the physical way that you are treating your body, and especially what you're nourishing your body with and what you're feeding it. I feel like food could be very, 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 very important right now. I had a random thought last night of how interesting it is that you can get fruit flies or maggots from food that is alive, but you can't get that from dead foods, foods that don't have any nutritional value or life to them, but food that literally has a vibration to it, food that is alive, creates life in the process of it rotting. I don't know why that was coming up, but I feel again, that sort of death and rebirth process, that transference of energy into a new form could be significant for you. You could be focused on quantum physics right now, or being interested in learning quantum physics right now. Some other things I had coming in, be having some weird dreams. I'm also got changing your hair, wanting to change your hair. I also feel like washing your hair could be very significant. Your hair holds energy, and not just the energy of like the fact that our hair grows with us as we grow and go through certain process. So I feel like it has a memory to it, but I feel like there could be something significant about physically washing your hair, cleansing your hair right now. You may also be really drawn to cut your hair. If you are, do that. There could be this need to start fresh and start new. And like I said, your hair holds memories. If you really think about the fact that it grows with us as we go through these different transformative periods of our life. And so you may have hair that you've had for the 5 years that you're the last 5 years that you're holding on to, and I feel like there could be something significant about cutting that off. And also 5 being that number of transformation, and me being drawn to say that, I feel like that could be significant for you. It will grow back, and it growing back in the state that you're in currently now, it's not going to feel like dead weight, but I feel like there could be something very bothersome and irritating about your hair right now. Yes, I had some very weird dreams last night. The one that I feel like I'm drawn to talk about is I was trapped on an elevator, and the elevator I could already tell was broken when I was climbing on the elevator. But it was too late for me to get off of it. Otherwise, I would have been cut in half. And so I ended up getting on the elevator, and then it just started dropping at like a rapid pace. And I knew that there was a possibility that if it hit the bottom that I would end up dead. But it was like I had a moment where I closed my eyes and I accepted the reality that I might ended up, that I'm, confirmation burp, that I might end up, you know, not being alive if it hit the ground. Yet I still just accepted that as a part of that reality. And I wasn't afraid in that moment. And so I feel like something can be significant right now about you wanting to make a step, like a huge change in your life, like quitting your job, starting your own business, ending a relationship, ending a marriage. And there could be this feeling that everything could go wrong. But I feel like you need to release and relinquish the fear. I feel like you need to surrender to whatever this is and allow yourself to trust in the process, because I don't know how, but somehow when nothing bad happened. It just stopped and then it went back up. And I feel like there's something significant about that for whatever this decision might be in your life right now, whatever this thing that you might have to do is. I know what it is for me, what this big jump is, with this nervous system sort of it just makes your nervous system feel very chaotic because it's so many unknowns to it. But I feel like when you release your fear of letting go, that is when you're going to be on the other side of this and you're going to be happy with the result of whatever this is. But continuing to hold on to it is going to continue to keep you in that space with your eyes shut, kind of perpetually falling, knowing at some point that you're going to have to hit the bottom, but you don't know when that bottom is. That's going to cause you more anxiety than you releasing the fear and allowing yourself to just drop so that you can see that you're going to come back up, that you're going to rise higher than you were before, that the entire fear that was kind of wrapped around this experience of not knowing whether it was going to take you out or keep you here. There's so many lessons that are in that you need to learn, but holding on to the fear and the inevitability of what might happen is going to keep you kind of tethered to this timeline and in this space. Now we're going to get into the oracle. First card I seen was guilty at the back of the deck. You be feeling guilty about something. Like I said, guilty about wanting something different, guilty about leaving a particular circumstance, guilty about leaving a particular person, not wanting to be a part of a specific group, friendship, relationship, or dynamic in some sort of way. You could be feeling guilty about leaving. This could really be like haunting you right now. Guilt can hold you back. Are you carrying the weight of past decisions? Forgive yourself and move forward. Only then can you truly grow. And the past decisions that may be holding you back is like past times that like you've been helped or supported by whoever this is, and you have this sense of loyalty that is not returned to you, but there's a part of you that is feeling guilty about leaving them behind. I'm going to keep this card out. This collective needs to know what this collective needs to hear right now, Spirit, revolving around this energy. I'm hearing take your own advice. Take your own advice. Maybe very good at giving advice. Very good at giving advice. You give very solid advice, but you don't take it. I can relate. Value indication. Your inner value is greater than you realize. Perhaps you've been questioning your worth lately. Focus on affirming your unique qualities daily, and you'll become more confident in your value. I feel like that draws me back also to that treating your body like it's sacred, treating you like you're sacred, with a certain level of respect and consideration in every single thing that you do. And I feel like this value indication is directly correlated to the guilt that you're feeling. Like, I feel like, again, like you could be the sort of person that when people do things for you, it makes you feel guilty. It kind of feels like a burden because you feel like you have to pay them back. You feel like you have to explain your worth or why you are valuable enough to receive help or comfort from anyone. And so you end up in this sort of guilt cycle that leads you a lot of the times trapped in relationships that are unfulfilling for you. And this could be friendships with your family members, whatever it is, but you start to feel indebted to the people around you, and you leaving them makes you feel guilty because of the few times that they have helped you, which again, you know, somebody making it feel like it's your responsibility to pay them back when they help you, that's a them problem. That's not a you problem. If there was never an agreement before the help was offered, that is not your problem. If they say, okay, I'm loaning you this and I'm expecting it back, that is something different. If they are extending you help without any clarification that they are expecting you to give them something back, that is not a you problem. That is a them problem. I'm also hearing don't let your value come from anything monetary. Like, don't let your value be tied up in what you do for work, how much money is in your bank account. Told you I'm feeling itchy all over today. Boundary. Setting healthy boundaries is crucial for your well-being. Do you feel overwhelmed by others? Clearly define your limits to protect your emotional and mental space. I feel like this is significant for you right now. You can be overextending yourself, doing a little too much. Like I said, and you're doing it because you are trying to pay somebody back. Stop. Stop. And some people, it does not matter how much you tap dance, how much you give them, how much you extend to them. They are still going to categorize you as ungrateful when things get hard or when you run into an argument. And it's time to draw boundaries and let the lines be very clear and be very firm, because again, this is directly correlated to your self-concept, to the way that you value yourself and see yourself. And you continue to let disrespect slide, you are telling yourself on some level that this is what you deserve, because you continue to allow it. Whatever this connection or relationship is, babe, it's time to let it go. And if you don't let it go, it's going to, again, keep you in that space where you are constantly on edge, where your nervous system is constantly dysregulated, because whoever this is very unnerving for you. Whatever this connection or situation is, it's unnerving for you. Even if you have like adult children and this is your adult children, like, let them live their lives, let them go, but you don't owe them. You don't owe anybody anything but respect. If if you've been a parent and you've taken accountability for your mistakes, you've apologized, like you tried to move into a healthier space truly, then forgive yourself and let it go. Move on. Like, move on. Do not let us being blood related be the thing that keeps you connected to anyone. Admiration. You are worthy of admiration and respect. Have you been downplaying your value? Accept compliments and be proud of your achievements. You deserve recognition. And I know that they have like, this is like the focal point, but I was actually noticing this one sort of being disconnected from these two, and you can kind of be in that energy, feel that energy right now, feeling disconnected or cut off from your tribe or your group of people. It could be like, oh my God, I'm back in a hermit mode again. Yes, because that's where the magic happens, right? When you're by yourself, when you're not having so much noise around. And this doesn't mean that there's not value in being connected to other people, but being connected to the right people is what's significant. Being connected to the wrong people will do nothing for you but drain your life force and keep you stagnant in the same place. I'm hearing handouts. You could have achieved some level of financial success, but I'm also hearing like Mentally, you could be very strong, very fluent, very, very just insightful and intuitive. And people always have their hand out. They're always, this card really wants to come out. They're always looking for you to fix something for them, either financially or, like I said, even mentally, coming to you constantly. What do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? And then you'll give them advice, and then they won't take it. And then they'll come back again. What do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? And you'll give them advice, and they won't take it. And again, you feel very obligated. You feel like part of your existence here is to be the doormat for other people, to be their helper, to be their emotional support pet. That is not your job. I don't care what anybody says. It is our job to first help ourselves, to first feed ourselves, because I truly believe, I know that if you do not feed yourself, anything you are giving to another person is tainted. You're either giving it out of this need of being viewed a particular way, which can become very, very narcissistic, or you're giving it out of this place of guilt, which is not okay. If you do not fill your own cup, you cannot fill anyone else's. 10. I know that he's planting a seed, but I'm getting the energy from this card today that this is a grieving process that you're wrapping up. I think you logically know, you've accepted in your head that this is a connection that you cannot continue, that this is a place that you cannot continue to stay. But I feel like right now you are really kind of burying it, accepting that this is it. You're in the final chapter, the final stretch of this energy that you've been in, that you've been having to work through, that you've been having to grieve over at this time. It's been very difficult. False could also be significant for this. It's got to be the culmination of this energy, like the closure of this energy. But, you know, time is an illusion, so it happens when it happens. But I feel like right now it could feel like this sort of just like burying it, closing it off. I don't like when my cards are facing different ways. No ma'am, no ham, no Sam. They don't want to stay in my hand. They're doing what they want. My word. Looks like Two of Pentacles really wants to come out too. That balance energy. 2 is also alignment. So even if you're stressed out right now, you're not feeling great, you're feeling a little all over the place, you are still in alignment. Alignment isn't just rosy and flowers, oh, I'm meditating every day, I'm doing the things, I'm working out, I'm eating perfectly. That's not always an indication of alignment either. Sometimes that's just an indication of your obsessive need for control, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Alignment is also like the days that you're just like resting, that you're just existing. Alignment can also be when you're crying hard, when you're grieving, when you're struggling to get up, when you're struggling to move through the energy, but you're moving through it anyways. That is also alignment. This path is not flowery by any means. And if you know, you know what I'm talking about. It is this energy that you are in right now. This is also alignment. Because they've got to go. The Empress. You are this Empress energy. And that is why you cannot continue to exist in spaces that cause you to operate in any energy except this one. You are not meant to hang your head low. You're meant to sit up straight. To walk with your head high, not with your neck down. Getting a big contrast between these two cards. This is not the energy that you are meant to operate and exist in. This is the energy that you are meant to operate and exist in. And the things that you're releasing right now allow you to really step and rest in this energy, this feminine energy of receiving. You don't necessarily have to be a woman, because there is no gender in tarot, but this is about energy. And when it comes to energy, feminine energy is receive. It's that receiving energy. And again, when we've had some things around you having a hard time receiving because you are feeling that you need to pay someone back, or that you need to do something in order to level the playing, I feel like that's what this time is teaching you right now. What this release is teaching you right now is that it's okay to receive without feeling like you need to repay someone in some sort of way. And there's also going to be people that come into your life and they don't expect anything, and they actually get offended if because they're not even used to that dynamic, or they've worked so hard out of that dynamic that they're going to meet you with a lot of love and empathy, and they understand where it's coming from, and they're going to let you know, I don't expect anything from you. I actually had someone tell me that recently, because I'm in the process of moving my business, and her exact words to me is like, I don't want a discount. I don't want any free sets. You know, if I do something, I'm doing it because I want to do it, not because I feel like I have to. And I feel like someone is going to come into your life and they're going to say those words to you, and it's going to be very healing in a way. They're going to come in and they're going to be a different sort of experience for you. But I feel like right now it's important for you to rest in this feminine energy of receiving. And I feel like the first person that you need to get it from is from yourself. So go and buy yourself some flowers. Do a little self-care. Rest. You know, it's so interesting when you get into this energy, because people start doing things for you naturally. Like, you know, you can be in the grocery store and trying to get something from the top shelf, and somebody just comes along and helps you. You know, you're trying to get stuff into your car, someone just helps you, and they're not expecting anything back. Like, they're just doing it, you know, just because. I personally love when I'm able to rest in my feminine energy, because I've been in the masculine my entire life. My entire life. It's nice. It's uncomfortable at first, but it's nice. It's nice. Let me, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, guys. I'm itchy. 8 of Wands, and I haven't ate anything today, so I know it's not an allergic reaction. 8 of Wands. I feel like overstimulated, overwhelmed right now. A lot of things flying around. A lot of things going on. You don't know which one to pick up first. ADHD could be significant. ADHD could be significant. Autism could be significant. I'm hearing a truck beeping right now, like backing up, moving could be significant for you. Something being built, a new house. It'd be like some just big transitions going on right now, on more than just like the relationship level. That's why I said environment too. Like, there could be something significant around moving. Just gotta trust though. Like I said, you're in that space. You're on the elevator. And you feel it rushing to the bottom, and you don't know what it's going to turn, how it's going to turn out. But you need to close your eyes and release. You need to close your eyes and surrender. Do like a meditation or a hypnosis around that, to help you settle your nervous system and be in that space. And do it every single day. Meditation one and done, like certain ones, like they don't work. Like, you gotta do like the same one for a good 21 to 30 days. Tell you, I keep feeling stuff biting me. Oh my God. 3 of Swords. I always get Lone Star energy with this card. And just like funky energies around you that could be clouding your judgment. This is why it's important too to not tell, you know, when you are in the pivotal place of like making big changes, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. No, unless it's your husband, wife, therapist. Don't tell anyone. And if they're a supportive husband, wife, therapist, you know, I want to be clear, like, just because they have those positions still don't necessarily mean that that's somebody that you want to share certain things with, which is sad, but it's true. But if you know that they are a safe place for you, they're a safe person to share things with, then I really wouldn't let it be like outside of that. They could be sending some negative energies towards your way, or like I said, just clouding your judgment, projecting their own insecurities, and they're giving tainted advice to you that's making you question yourself and your decisions. All by myself, don't want to be. That just came through. You're not alone. You know, we're all connected energetically. And that's why it could be important to like spend some time with your spirit and meditate and feel connected with the earth. You're not alone. There's nothing that's lonelier than having people that are around you that don't even notice you, that don't see you, that don't feed you in any sort of way, that only take from you. That is true loneliness. And if you have a hard time being by yourself, it's because you don't have a relationship with yourself. You don't know who you are. You don't feel safe in your own body. It shouldn't be uncomfortable to be alone. Like, yes, we need connection and it's a beautiful thing to have, but there's actually going to be periods in your life where like you really don't have a deep connection with someone, especially if you're on this sort of journey that we're on. There's going to be times where you aren't really connected to people, not in a true way. And during those times, it's so that you can create a true and deep and loving and trusting relationship with yourself. My loves, I'm going to pull one more card and we're going to head out. You got the Tower in reverse. Got the Tower in reverse because you're going through a Tower moment right now, right? That's exactly what the whole reading gives. That's what it sounds like. That's what it screams, that this is a Tower moment. You have literal people falling off. You feel like you can feel like you keep getting hit with things, like you keep getting hit with things, and it's like, oh my God, if one more thing. Let's see what it is in reverse. The process of change has started. Don't try to resist the inevitable breakdown of present circumstances. Yeah, the more you fight this, the harder it's going to be. The more you try to stop that elevator that you have no physical way of stopping it from dropping, the more that you try to resist instead of accept, instead of surrender, instead of relinquish, the harder this transition is going to be for you and the longer it is going to take. You're just going to keep going through the same cycle until you learn the lesson. I really don't feel led to pull from my other favorite deck. You guys know, I feel led to leave it right here, and so that's what I'm gonna do. And I send you off with all the love in the world, and I'm praying for you heavily in this process for guidance and support and strength, and to help you surrender and release what needs to be surrendered and released, so that we can step into this next chapter together, better than we ever were. And yeah, I send you off with love. If you want to follow me on TikTok, it's Diary of a Hermit. Feel free to subscribe, comment, like, whatever you feel led to do. No pressure, love. I hope you have a great day. Bye.